Hi guys, so tonight for dinner I am making healthy, crispy, oven-baked chicken cutlets. So I get my 4-pack of boneless, skinless chicken breast and I just cut it into thinner cutlets. So I turn one chicken breast into 4 cutlets thin, just like this. We like it thin. If you like a thicker chicken cutlet, then you can just cut your chicken breast in half and pound it out to thin it out and even it out a little bit, and then just adjust the time to cook it a little longer. So I'm gonna start by taking 2 eggs, and you wanna do this in a bowl that's big enough where you can put all your chicken and just move it around and get it coated in the egg. So I'm taking 2 eggs and I'm gonna lightly beat it with a fork, and you can season the eggs however you like. I'm using an all-purpose seasoning, Goya adobo. It has garlic, salt, pepper, turmeric, and oregano in it. And I'm just gonna beat the eggs, and that's it. That's the only seasoning I'm gonna do for these chicken cutlets. And I'll tell you why later. But beat the eggs. You want them well beaten because you're gonna coat all the chicken in the egg. Now take your chicken and just dump it in the bowl of egg. You can take each individual chicken cutlet and dip it in the egg and then dip it in the flour. We're not using flour today, but the traditional way of making cutlets where you dip 1, dip 2, dip 3. I like to do things a little bit easier, so I just put all the chicken in the egg and I just mix it around thoroughly. You want to make sure each cutlet has egg on it, both sides. So even if you need to sit here mixing it for 5 minutes, that's fine, but it's definitely easier than dipping each individual chicken cutlet. I'm just giving my hands a quick wash, and then I'm gonna get the baking sheet ready because we're gonna bake these in the oven instead of frying or even, spritzing with oil and using the air fryer. It's much easier. I do it all in one batch. So I just take my large baking sheet, I put a piece of parchment paper on it, and I'm just gonna spritz it with a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm gonna get my silicone brush, and I'm just gonna spread the oil, just lightly coat the parchment paper with a little bit of oil to make sure nothing sticks. Super easy, just like this. Okay. Perfect. Now the next step is the breadcrumbs. So normally I use whole wheat panko, but I only have a little bit left. So I'm just gonna mix in some regular breadcrumbs. But whole wheat panko is perfect because A, it's whole wheat, so it's healthier. And B, because it's panko, it makes the oven baked chicken really crispy without having to fry it. But again, I'm running low on the whole wheat panko, so I have this canister of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs that I got as a freebie at the local store. So I'm just going to mix that in this time. And you just take your chicken cutlet out of the egg and just coat it in breadcrumbs. I use one hand for the chicken, one hand for the breadcrumbs. So I press it down into the breadcrumbs, and then I take my other hand and I just take the breadcrumbs off the side of the plate. And you might even want to use a bigger plate than what I'm using here. And you just pick up the breadcrumbs, put them on top, and then press it down into the chicken cutlet. And then that's it. You put it on the baking sheet. It can't be simpler than this. And there's no flour in this, nothing. Just the egg and the breadcrumb. And you take it and put it right over on the parchment paper and just keep going until all your cutlets are well coated in the breadcrumb. And then you're going to bake it at 400 for 10 minutes. I'm doing 10 minutes because my chicken cutlets are super thin. If you were taking the entire chicken breast and just cutting it in half and pounding it out a little bit, then you would need 20 minutes. But because I'm doing these super thin, because that's how we like them, 10 minutes is fine because you don't want this to get overcooked and dry. And this takes a little bit of time because you're breading each chicken cutlet. But once you do this, there are so many ways you can go with dinner. You can make extra. I always make extra. So I'm making 2 trays tonight. One tray for dinner and the other tray to have in the fridge because you can eat these plain which is how we're eating them tonight, with a salad and some sweet potato on the side. Or you can go an extra step and turn these into other things. After they're baked, you could put a little bit of sauce on them and some mozzarella cheese and pop them back in the oven for 10 minutes until the sauce is warm and the mozzarella cheese is melted. A healthy oven-baked chicken parm instead of fried. And it's delicious. Serve it with some spaghetti and some salad and you have yourself a yummy dinner. Or you can take the chicken cutlet and you can get one of those, they sell those envelopes of like sauce, like Alfredo sauce mix or Parma Rosa sauce mix or garlic and herb sauce or a gravy. And you can take the chicken cutlets and you can pour some Parma Rosa sauce over it and serve it, and it'll taste like a completely different chicken dish. And an even easier option is to take these chicken cutlets, just leave them in the fridge, and then a night when you don't feel like cooking a dinner, you can just use the already made chicken cutlets and make yourself nice chicken cutlet sandwiches with lettuce, tomato, mayo, or you can go mozzarella with roasted peppers and arugula, and you have yourself a nice dinner, quick and easy. So whenever I make these oven-baked crispy chicken cutlets, I always make a second tray because they sometimes get used up before I even get a chance to make a second dinner out of them. The kids will go in there, grab chicken cutlets, put it on a nice Portuguese roll, and they'll just eat a sandwich like that. Or my daughter will say, can I have cut up chicken cutlet for my lunchbox? And they're gone in no time. I could even make 3 trays of these and it would be gone in a week. So if you're going to make these, I always say make more than you need, because they won't go to waste. Even people who don't like leftovers, this is something that they usually enjoy having leftovers of. And yeah, why not cook once and eat twice? Cook once as a base and then use it to make a million different things. I'm just refilling the breadcrumbs. In total, you're going to use about 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Okay, so my first tray is ready. It's all breaded, and I'm going to pop this in the oven at 400 for 10 minutes. And they're going to come out yummy, golden, brown, and crispy. And we're eating them plain tonight with a side salad and some leftover potatoes. So while those are in the oven, I'm going to finish up making the salad. And we're going to do a simple salad today. So we have spring mix, arugula, a little bit of cucumber, and some red onion. And that's it. That's all I'm putting in the salad tonight. And I'm dressing it up with extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar, a couple swirls. We like our salad super vinegary, but if you don't, just do a little bit less. And we're doing some salt and a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. Grab yourself a fork and a spoon or 2 spoons and start mixing the salad up to get the oil and vinegar mixed in. I should have used a bigger bowl to make it easier to toss the salad, but oh well. Just gonna go with it. Perfect. Okay, so these just came out of the oven. They are crispy and delicious and done. Let me show you how I plate it up. And voila, there's dinner. So we have our crispy oven-baked chicken cutlets, some sweet potatoes, they were actually left over from another night, and a yummy, delicious salad. The chicken is cooked perfectly. Put some sweet potato on there. Yum. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. So good. And this is a fairly healthy, clean dinner here. The only thing that could be considered bad would be the breading on the chicken, but if you go with the whole wheat breadcrumb, you just made it better. Okay, so we just finished eating dinner. We ate the 1 tray, and then I put a second tray in as we were eating. And now I have a whole container, which is the second tray, of cooked chicken cutlets to have a quick, fast, easy dinner later this week. We can have chicken cutlet sandwiches with some mayo, lettuce, tomato. We can put some sauce on it, like some, pasta sauce with some melted mozzarella, and make chicken parm sandwiches, hoagies, or whatever. Either way, this chicken cutlet, you could do a ton of different things with it. So I hope I gave you an idea for an easy meal that you can cook once, eat twice with, always looking for easier options for weeknight meals with work and school. I always say, good food, good mood. So bon appetit. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.